Hey everyone, my name is Kaitlynn. I attended training camp in October, and before I went, I watched lots of videos about what to pack and how to pack it. Alumni would show what bags and packing cubes they were bringing, but they didn't go into detail about what kind of clothes they were bringing or what kind of weather to expect or how to prepare physically or what kinds of ideas would be presented and how to just be aware of those and to test them when going to camp. So I'm here to fill in those information gaps and share what I packed, all from my experience. Let's start with my gear. I brought 3 pairs of shoes. I wore my tennis shoes on the way to training camp, and I packed my flip-flops in the top of my hiking bag, and I clipped my tacos to the side of my hiking bag. I brought a thermos and a coffee mug. There were a couple days where warm water was available, so I would use the tea bags that I brought and I would enjoy a cup of tea. I clipped my thermos to the side of my day pack and my coffee mug to the side of my big bag. I went to REI and got my hiking bag fitted. It's 55 liters. I also got an air porter from Sea to Summit off of Amazon. The air porter needed to be a bit bigger than my actual hiking bag because I needed to be able to fit my tent in the bottom of it. I really recommend the Sea to Summit air porter because you can put it on your hiking bag but leave the back open, and that way you can carry it as you normally would as you're going from place to place in the airport. You really want an air porter because it's meant to protect your bag from getting beat up while you're flying, and also when it's raining it serves as a rain cover. My day pack is from Cabela's and it's 13 liters. My tent is also from Cabela's. It's a 2-person tent and it's only 4 pounds. And I also went to Walmart and got a footprint, which was only a couple dollars, and so the footprint is wrapped in with the tent now. I also got a purse from Amazon. I keep my wallet and my passport and my medical information in there, and it's small enough for me to wear underneath my shirt next year when we're traveling. So that's everything I brought with me. Inside my hiking bag, I have my clothes and packing cubes, my pillow, my first aid kit, my inflatable mattress, and a sweatshirt, all in the middle part of my hiking bag. I got my packing cubes from through Amazon, and they are Eagle Creek brand. I got a medium and a small, and then this packing cube I got from Walmart in a pack of 3, and just for a couple of dollars, and so that was awesome. And then this is my pillow, and it is from Cabela's. This is my first aid kit, and it is from Academy of Sports. And I used some of the medicine, and then I replaced it with what I wanted to bring. And my sweatshirt is also from Sports Academy. And then my inflatable mattress is a Big Agnes Q Core SLX. And I got it from Cabela's. And it's special because it's thicker than the other inflatable mattresses out there. It's several inches thick. And I got it because I sleep on my side. And I was very, very pleased with it. I slept really well at training camp and didn't have any problems with it letting any air out or not being uncomfortable. So in your first aid kit, you'll obviously want to bring any medications that you already take, but I would also recommend ibuprofen, Tums, and also just keep the emergency Band-Aids and things that they have in there for you already. I would also recommend bringing some probiotics with you. These are the probiotics that I've been taking for the last several months, and I really like these because I can decide how many cultures that I want in my stomach. So let me explain what that is. So probiotics basically just help you regulate the good bacteria in your stomach, and they help with your digestive system. So depending on how much you weigh, then you would want more of those good bacteria in your stomach or less. This one is 2 billion. Just one of these gummies is 2 billion, And when I first started taking probiotics, I took one that was 20 billion, and so I was like bloated for 3 days, and it wasn't a great feeling. I just felt uncomfortable. So that's why I like these, is because I can control how many billions of bacteria that I want in my stomach, and for me, just taking 2 or 3 of them to make it like 5 billion has been the right thing for me. I would also recommend bringing Dayquil or NyQuil, because I caught a cold during the 2nd week, and I was sick with a fever, and I lost my voice for the rest of the week. And thankfully they had medicine there that I could use, but if you caught a cold or got a fever during the night and you just wanted to get on it right away, then if you have the medicine with you, you can take it. There are also other people at camp who caught the same kind of cold, so I think it's pretty common to catch a cold if you're sleeping outside and it's cold during the night in October. In my small packing cube, I packed 3 sports bras, 11 underwear, and 4 pairs of socks. In my medium packing cube, I packed 1 tank top, 3 athletic shirts, 3 neutral shirts, 1 nice shirt, 2 regular shirts, our squad shirt, and 1 athletic long sleeve shirt, and a coat, which was very essential in staying warm at training camp. I ended up wearing one of my shirts twice, but no one cared. The best way to pack the shirts is to fold them and roll them up like this. In my other packing cube, I packed 1 pair of sweats, 2 pairs of shorts, 1 pair of nice pants, 1 pair of jeans, and 1 pair of athletic tights. And I packed my pants the same way that I packed my shirts. Okay, so to pack all of that in the middle part, first we're going to put in this packing cube and then my pillow. We put them both in the bottom. And then I put the inflatable mattress and the first aid kit between them, and I'll show you in a moment what that looks like. Okay, like so. Yes. And then I put in the packing cube that has all my shirts in it. Oh. And next is the packing cube with my pants. Then I fold up my sweatshirt and stick it on the top. In the top of my bag, I packed my pack towel. That's the brand, and I got it off Amazon. I really liked it. And in this part, I packed my flip-flops and my toiletry bag and some bug spray. As far as packing shampoo and body wash and things like that, I went to Walmart and found these bottles, like a set of them for not much, and they're just really useful. For my toiletries, I actually went to Walmart to the travel section, and that's where I got like my face wash and my toothpaste and those kinds of things. In the bottom of my bag, I packed my sleeping bag, which is from Cabela's, and it is rated for 37 degrees Fahrenheit. And I also packed my rain jacket, which I got at Sports Academy, and this is what it looks like. Okay, for my day pack, in the larger parts, I kept my Bible, and also I put my electronics in a waterproof bag. I brought my phone charger, a headlamp, my Garmin watch, my headphones, and a very large phone charger that I got from Best Buy. Also in this large pocket, I brought another waterproof bag that I put snacks in. I brought enough Cliff Bars for every day that I was there. I also brought these applesauce packets. They're for children, but I like to eat applesauce whenever my stomach is upset. So I thought that trying the different foods from the different countries every day might upset my stomach, but they actually didn't. But having these anyways, like, I enjoyed them as a snack. Also in my larger pocket, I brought my sleeping bag liner. The liner just goes inside of your sleeping bag. It's like another sheet. And I would recommend getting a cotton one because it's just warmer than the synthetic ones. I was really thankful for this liner, and it was like absolutely essential for me at training camp in October because during the night it would get down to the lower 40s, 40 degrees, and so I would be using this liner, my sleeping bag, and several layers of clothes, and then I'd have a beanie on too, and that would keep me warm enough. But yeah, I don't think I could have slept through the night without this liner. The brand is Magellan Outdoor. In my front pocket, I brought my eye mask. Definitely bring one of these because one night you will spend indoors and the lights may or may not be on all night. You need this. I also brought earplugs, and I'm really glad I did because the people sleeping beside me in their tents snored, so yeah, once I put these in, I did not hear anything. I brought hand sanitizer, and actually the bottle that I brought with me to training camp, I used all of it. So you definitely want this to, wash your hands before all your meals. I also brought a bag of tissues, which are also basically gone. I brought a little journal for the storyteller workshop, and then also for the different sessions we had throughout the day. And then I brought a pen and pencil. As far as how I prepared physically for training camp, I'm a runner. I really enjoy running a lot. That's how I like to exercise. So I just started running more than I was running and getting more mileage. And I would go over to my high school and run with their cross-country team. And so I got in really good shape. But then when I put on my hiking bag and just threw in some random stuff, I almost fell over backwards. And I kind of hurt my back doing it because I was like, I can do it. And I'm just like leaning forward, and my dad's like, I don't think so. So what I ended up doing is I ended up going on Google and I looked up this website. It's called, it's an article by Amy Martirana Winderl, and the title is 10 Core Exercises for Lower Back Pain Relief. Anyways, I started doing these exercises that really basically just focus on your core, and then I also added in doing squats like as far as down to the floor, and that really helped me a lot. And so by the time training camp came along, I could carry my pack, and I didn't mention this earlier, but I got my hiking bag down to 22 pounds, and how I did that is I packed it and then tried it on, and it was like 28 pounds, and then I took everything out, took out anything that wasn't essential, repacked it, tried it on again, and then if I still thought it was too heavy, I just kept taking things out, and so I repacked it 3 different times until it felt good, it felt doable on my back, and so then when we did the actual hike challenge, then I had no problem, and I finished it way ahead of time, so that was really relieving, and it was super fun too. Definitely don't fear the hike challenge. You'll do it with your teammates, and it will be really fun, and it'll probably be one of your best memories from training camp. The other thing I would say about preparing for the hike challenge is, so it's 2 miles in 38 minutes, and it's on a hiking trail there at the Adventures in Missions headquarters, and some of my teammates mentioned that they had prepared for the challenge by just walking on a treadmill with their hiking bag packed and on their back. I think that that's also really helpful because, or at least just walking around with it on in your house, because then you get used to the way that it feels. And yeah, if you never worn a hiking bag before, which I had not, it's definitely different walking around with it, and so you want to be able to walk around and then adjust the straps. There's straps all over that bag, and that will clip around you and things like that, and you need to be able to adjust it to fit you. So that's the very, very best advice that I can give about that. Before I went to training camp, I talked to several alumni world racers, and I'm really glad that I did because they gave me several things to be aware of and to think about while I was at training camp. And basically I took away 2 main concepts to be aware of, and so I'll share those with you. Before I go over the concepts, I just want to encourage you to review the racer expectations and also the World Race's mission statement, and just make sure that their values and goals align with yours, because your commitment to being discipled by them and also obeying their guidelines next year, you just want to make sure that that's a good fit for you. So the first concept to be aware about is the theology. The World Race is non-denominational, so they don't require you to be from a certain denomination, and they also don't teach from the standpoint of a certain denomination. With that being said, you're going to meet people from all kinds of different denominations at training camp, and so they may worship differently from you. Maybe they raise their hands or dance, and you're not used to that, or maybe they use their spiritual gifts for healing or prophesizing, or maybe they have different interpretations of scripture than you've heard before. And so you're going to see that from the different Christians that you're going to meet around the world next year, but it is important to be on the same page with your team that you're going to be traveling with and living with next year. And so I just want to encourage you to know what you believe and why, but also be open to how God loves people and also how people love Him. The second concept to be aware of is feedback. Feedback time is a weekly practice when you're on the field, just among your team, where you give feedback. It can be encouraging, like a compliment, or it can be a suggestion about something you saw one of your teammates doing, and you just want to suggest a way to do it better. At training camp, they describe feedback as holding up a mirror to that person and calling them higher. So telling them, this is how you look like Jesus, and this is how you don't look like Jesus. It's just good to be aware that that's part of the World Race culture, and if you're not already practicing that level of honesty or directness in your relationships, just realizing that that might be kind of difficult at first to do feedback. Then when you're put in your teams of 6, it's important to be able to imagine those people calling you higher, and then also imagining if you were going to be able to call those people higher as well. So the theology and how the feedback will work on your team are just some things to be aware about and think about while you're at training camp. For me, from my experience, I didn't see any warning signs for either of those. I actually really admired the way that World Race talked about feedback, and already my team is very vulnerable, very kind, and very empathetic, and so I don't foresee them abusing the feedback time. I really believe that we will use the feedback and give the feedback out of love for each other, and that will actually draw us closer together as friends and be really beneficial for each of us. Overall, training camp really empowered me to go next year, and also affirmed in so many ways God's calling on me to go this direction and with these people. I was so encouraged to meet my team leaders and my coaches and also my teammates. I was just really impressed by how others-oriented they are and their devotion to God, and so I just know that there are miraculous things ahead for us next year. And I'm just so thankful to be a part of this, because I've been looking for a community like this for a long time. a place to belong, a place to contribute, a bunch of people who are on fire for the Lord and want to share with everyone about Jesus and what He's done for them. And so, yeah, this is a really good fit for me. So that was all my experience from training camp. I hope that it was useful and can give you a good glimpse into what training camp might be like. If you have any questions for me, you are so welcome to write them in the comments below. So thanks for watching. See you next time.